going to make lions today. If you notice, I have on the red smock because I sit at the red table right now. Mrs. Milligan doesn't tie them for you. They're on the hooks. If you want to use them for oil pastels, you can. They go around the back and to the front. If you know how to tie them in the back, go ahead. And then we don't tie knot in them. So we are going to do a lion project today. We're going to use oil pastels. This is my project, and we've already talked about lines, and I thought it'd be fun to do some lines. And next thing, we're going to talk about elements of our shape. So it's perfect. It has a bunch of shapes in here. So the first thing you're going to do is get a yellow piece of paper. Everybody has a yellow piece of paper. And this year, Mrs. Milligan wants you to always put your, oh look, I have a little bit of oil pastel on there. I'm going to turn it over. I can still use this paper. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to write my name on the bottom left-hand corner. Remember, this side makes an L with your hand. Write my name. Okay, check your shoulder, buddy. Make sure they've written their name on there. And you have a stencil, meaning this is a rectangle. And we're going to turn the rectangle going vertical. Our paper is going vertical. We've already been lined in just straight up and down, chop the V, vertical. So I'm going to set my paper, names on the bottom left, set my square right in the middle. Now I'm going to put my pencil down, okay? What we're going to use are oil pastels. These are wonderful. They feel kind of like using butter. If you don't like the way they feel and you want to use regular crowns, you can, but the oil pastels are so bright and pretty, okay? And I have them separated. We want to keep them in the colors that they're in. And you also notice that I have a scrap piece of paper here. The problem with oil pastels is sometimes they get dirty. So I'm just rolling them around, making sure it's clean. And when we do a stencil, we hold it in the center of our paper, and we kind of have to have our hands up like this. And yes, I'm using my oil pastel. And it might get on here. That's okay, but you want to make sure that you're getting on that paper, which I'm not doing very well here. I'm going all the way around, and you're going to do this with me. I'm walking you through this step by step. Okay, so I'm taking my time, so you have enough time to do it too. So we have made the rectangle. Now I'm going to set this on the table because I'm done with that, okay? Now, if you look at Mrs. Milligan, the next thing that Mrs. Milligan does, this is a curved line. I kind of want you to think of it as a rainbow, okay? So put your finger on the bottom of the rectangle right there. Look at your shoulder, buddy. Make sure they have it on the bottom. And I'm going to have my rainbow go all the way across, and we're not using our pencil. We're going to be very careful. And it looks like this so far. Check your shoulder, buddy. Make sure they're okay. And after this, you know what? I'm going to tape this. I think you could see behind me, so then I could point to it. That would make it easier for Mrs. Milligan. So you've done your rectangle, and you've done your little underneath here for the chin. At top, if you look at that, that kind of looks like a circle, and there's two circles. So turn your paper to where you have your rectangle and your chin. Put your finger on the top corner right there. Do you see it? Top corner. And we're going to draw, looks like kind of like the letter C. If you look at Mrs. Milligan's, I'm going from the top of the rectangle all the way to the other part of the rectangle, and I've made a C. If it helps you to look at it like this, there's my C. So here's my C. Okay, we're going to do one at a time. And inside that C, if you look right here, I have another C. So I start here, and you want it to be a little bit smaller. Look at your shoulder, buddy. Like I said, we're going slow. Make sure they're okay. Now, he needs another ear. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Start here, go right around. You want to kind of get them the same size if you can. I messed up on mine. One's a little bigger. That's okay. So now I have my two ears, okay? Now I want you to stick up 3 fingers and put them together. And my fingers are bigger, so you might have to do 4. But you really want your triangle nose up high enough so we can fit some teeth. So if you need to do 4, do 4. But right there where my 3 is, I'm going to draw a triangle in the middle of my lion's face. You see how I have a V? So let's start with a V, okay? And then at the top of the V, I'm going to go all the way across. Check your shoulder, buddy. Make sure they're good. I can pause the video if I need to, okay? So we have our triangle. Up on top of the triangle, you can either do a square or a rectangle. I don't have a lot of space here, so I'm going to do a square. And a square has 4 equal sides, remember? Okay, so there's my square. Now, if we look at this picture here, I have 2 lines going up. And that's where the eyes sit on. So if you put your arms up like this, that's exactly what we're doing. We're doing 2 diagonal lines. We've already talked about diagonal lines. Then it go up on the left side, up on the right side, and there is the lion, okay? Underneath the lion, it kind of looks the same, and remember, we should be using our artist eyes. It looks the same as the ears, but it's going the opposite direction. It's going on the bottom. So I'm going to start here on this line, go all the way up. It's a half circle. Same thing on the other side, all the way up, and inside it, we want another circle. Another circle. Now I'm comparing. Oh, looks pretty good. Now we're going to do this part where the mouth. Do you see how we have 2 curved lines? Kind of looks like this. So watch Mrs. Milligan. The bottom of that triangle, I'm going to do a curved line on the left and a curved line on the right. Now see how I've been using my brown oil pastel this whole time. Make sure your shoulder buddy's okay. All right, are we good? Now we're going to go to this part over here, and we have triangle teeth. We already know how to do triangles, okay? So I'm going to do 2 triangles here, triangle here. Oh, this looks great. And you can put baby teeth on the bottom. There's baby triangle teeth. Now, Mrs. Milligan got a little bit fancy. I have a tongue. That's just a curved line. I would wait and add that later. So we have our ears, and we have our eyes. Now I've added other details. That's when you can use another oil pastel. So I'm going to put my brown away, and maybe I want to use yellow. Now do you see how I colored this? Oh, I'm going to get that pink. I love that pink. So I'm going to color this in. And if it's getting messy, you can take the scrap paper that you're using to clean or get another piece of paper and put it on top of it and bring in these lines, okay? Different lines. If you want to have curly hair, you can. But oh, that orange is so pretty. And then I'm going to do the pink, and we share. There's going to be 1 tray per table. And you can put polka dots in there for the nose. Oh, whiskers. See the whiskers? Those are curved lines. So we're going to have the whiskers and go whoop, 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 doop, doop, doop. I know I like to do sound effects. And then when you do your lines of your mane and the lion, let me show you. You're just going to take lines and go all the way around. That's how Mrs. Milligan did mine. All the way around. And I used 1 color first. Now something you need to be aware of is if you actually touch this color with another color, it might blend. So you need to be careful, or you won't worry about it. So there's my pink. Now I'm going to use my purple. Remember, you can clean it first if you need to. Go all the way around, fill this in. If you want to add some color, you can color very gently. You don't have to press hard with these. Now I'm filling in the eyes. You could put some eyelashes on there. You could also put some hair around the top part. See where the top part? He's got some eyebrows right there. Maybe eyebrows, maybe eyelashes. Has some chin hair. Okay. So I cannot wait to see what your lines are going to look like.